indeed. Chico's quick reaction to the debacle that we just saw take place over at the Sanchez Pijuan. Why live? You may ask yourself, why now? Right after the match just took place? Well, several reasons. We won't get into too many details, but one, it is my birthday today. And two, I am de Rodriguez, meaning that my wifey isn't here. So I don't know if I have time to record Churros y Tácticas tomorrow. And I don't want any of you guys coming to me being, Diego's in hiding. Diego is not showing up after the first loss of this season. The biggest loss of the season as well, or of the Hansi Flick era, we can say. A 4-1 at the Sanchez Pijuan. And quite honestly, I don't like how the camera is so low. But anyway, honestly, no excuses here. No excuses, despite the fact that I could be talking about why the referee becomes nitty-gritty, nitpicky, I should say, with the penalty call, and then doesn't do the same when Barça receives the first after the Koundé foul. Okay, that aside, it was 100% deserved loss. It was Barça that looked without any confidence, without their usual, let's say, intensity. There was definitely intensity missing. Without the ball, I think that Barça looked very lost. Without the ball, I think that Barça, and with the ball for that matter, which wasn't a lot. I don't know if Barça managed to string an entirety of, say, even 10 passes together throughout the entirety of the game, despite that in the second half, it looked like we were going to be making a run at the equalizer. The first half was unrecognizable. Uh, Very disappointing as well, knowing that this game at the Sanchez Pijuan, we know that it was going to be one of those games where the intensity is going to be there of the opponent, despite the fact that Sevilla has been severely underperforming so far this season at home with their fans behind them, the incredible, magical, energetic atmosphere that the Sanchez Pijuan always creates, even more so against teams like Barça. We just didn't show up from the get-go. Sevilla could have been up for 3-1, 4-1 at the half, quite frankly. And that was very disappointing to see. There was absolutely no excuses whatsoever for that from Hansi Flick's team. Like I said, despite the fact that definitely, let's say, the refereeing criteria didn't maintain throughout the entirety of the match, and that was disappointing. Now, what else do I want to point out? I don't want to be too long. Like I said, it is my birthday today. Happy 44th. 44 and looking the part. Lewandowski, how many times are you going to do the little hop skip? We were so close to leveling the match. You're going to have your top goal scorer take that. Full confidence in that regard to Lewandowski, meaning like he is the man for the job, especially in the absence of Lamine Yamal, of Rafinha. Who else than your number 9, your main go-to guy to put the ball into the back of the net? But that hop, skip, step, I've never liked it. Go through my Twitter profile at Diego Lorain. That's IJN. In case you're not following me already, I've expressed my frustration about that little hop, skip, and a jump move that he does. At my 40, like he looks somebody my age. It looks like somebody that has taken the piss that is going to take a penalty. Again, with all respects to Lewandowski, top goal scorer, legendary striker, Balón de Oro type of guy. But at least in his career, not necessarily this season. But that hop, skip, and a jump, man, it just looks clumsy and it doesn't work. It has failed him too many times for him to stick with it. Am I gonna blame him for the loss? Absolutely not. Am I gonna blame Szczesny for the loss? No. However, Joan Garcia, please come back healthy. But my God, do we need a Joan Garcia? My God, do we need a Joan Garcia, or even Marc-Andre Ter Stegen for that matter, completely healthy, because Szczesny looked the part in several of the goals that he conceded. How was it possible that he conceded that last one? Not a good look. Not a good look for a Tech who, of course, as a person, I think comes across as a very lovely man. But man, as a Barca goalkeeper, we need somebody with a lot more reassurance. I don't know if Diego Cochin, he was on the bench. He maybe can get some minutes, but Tech, Shez, right now, you're like, o sea, that's buenas vibras. You give off good vibes in the dressing room, but to be the Barça go-to goalkeeper in the absence of Ter Stegen and Joan Garcia, sobre todo, como que no, tío, please. All right, we're 5 minutes in. I don't want to make this more than 10 minutes or even five for that matter. I wanted to make it quite quick, direct, and talk about this result. In the case that I can do churros tomorrow or Tuesday, just wanted to again express my, I guess, concern on my birthday. I thought I was gonna have a nice present. Nice matches at Sancho Pijuan on a Sunday. Wasn't meant to be. It was a heavy loss. The second consecutive defeat after what took place at the Luis Companys against PSG in the Champions League. So yeah, we're going into this next international break with some doubts, definitely some questions to answer. Not that I obviously don't have the confidence in Hansi Flick to address those concerns and repair them. However, bueno, mejor que lo tenemos ahora, este bache. It's better to have this sour patch, let's say, at this point in the season as opposed to at the latter stages. But we've got things to fix over here. Defense looks shaky. I don't want to put the blame on Araujo neither for the penalty because you know what? That was soft. That was soft. And here comes the referee. He didn't maintain that same soft criteria when he allowed the goal for Sevilla to stand when Kunde received a very similar foul at the halfway line and the play continued. So, does that excuse it? No, it doesn't because Barca needs to come out with more of a can-do attitude, if you will, more of an energetic attitude, and we didn't see that. That chispa, that little spark, simply wasn't there, especially not in the first half. Like I said, in the second half, it looked like we were maybe going to make a run for the comeback. Marcus Rashford has to be excused from this equation because I thought, along with Pedri, he was our best player. And bueno, mira, nos faltan muchos jugadores. We're missing a lot of players, so in that regard, it can only get better once Rafinha, Fermin, Gavi, Joan Garcia come back to the squad. Marc Bernal gets some minutes. Lewandowski gets back to healthy or peak fitness. Obviously, Lamine Yamal again baja otra vez. Looks like he was playing with some molestias. It's coming out in Spanglish today, folks. He was playing with some, let's say, lingering issues that he had, of course, from the first international break that made him miss 4 games. Anyway, he's going to be out for another 3 weeks. He won't at least go to the Spanish national team. But, hey, the warning shots have been fired. Avisos, hey, alarm bells need to be going off right now because we were top of the league. We now let it slip back into second. Obviously, it's still early days. We got the Clásico to get through and to once again leapfrog Real Madrid coming up at the end of the month. So that is a good, good sign or a positive to take out of this, that the fate is still in our hands. Y poco más, chicos. 9 minutes. I'm gonna cut it here. Subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell notification. Things are moving. This channel is growing. Subscribe as well to patreon.com/churros y tácticas culés. We need your support, okay? Churros, baby. That's it. Shiesty Talk. What's up? Thank you. I appreciate the support, Shiesty Talk, ever so much. I'm gonna tend to the kiddos, give them a little bit of dinner, and I will see you all on the flip side. Again, if I don't make it tomorrow, which is not entirely sure, more videos to come, so hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of this good old Barça content right here from the Ciudad Condal, right here from the city of Barcelona. We'll see you guys. Much love, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.